So, welcome everyone. I'm SmogVN. I'm going to be going over the bosses and perhaps some strategies to fight them, specifically for the Mega Man Battle Network 1 single segment category speedrun. What this means is that, well, this category itself means that you're not allowed to go back to the title screen. So any fight where you game over and it takes you back to the title screen, it runs over in that category. You can still do any percent and have it be a nice any percent run, but single segment is all in one go. Essentially, it means no RNG manip. That's cool. That's fine. We like it, right? It's a fun run. What that means in terms of the bosses is that we fight, what is it? FireMan, NumberMan, GutsMan, StoneMan, Bears? Question mark? IceMan, SkullMan, ColorMan, ElecMan, ProtoMan. I would consider the door virus a boss fight. It is pretty yikes. And then the final boss, BombMan. If you're coming into this video kind of like looking for how to beat the Battle Network 1 bosses, you know, we're not going to be covering Magic Man. We're not going to be covering the life virus. We're not going to be covering any of the post-game bosses like FireMan and Shadow Man and Base, obviously. So this is, you know, pretty strictly for speedrunning. And in particular, the single segment category. So, with all that being said, we're going to start with FireMan, who... We'll see how much I can explain, but it's difficult. At a certain point, it's difficult to like give good strategies for the easy bosses. So I'll just I have some notes that I'll take some looks at, and we'll see how that goes. So here he is. You walk over here, and he's all like, blah, 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 FireMan. Okay, go into here. So you see he has 300 HP. I gotta point that way. He has 300 HP. That's like a nice, first boss Battle Network thing that you'd like to give them 300. It's pretty good. And you'll see I've got a draw. Actually, I'm gonna go back and show you the folder. Every time you go into a boss, with two exceptions, I think, you want to have it sorted by attack. So you press start and you sort by attack. So your highest attack chips are at the top. So for me, it's swords, then mini bombs, and then cannons and whatever. I also have put in... Oh, I actually haven't put in anything. I haven't edited the folder, apparently. Interesting. I could actually edit the folder. I have Lil Bomb. I can put it in place of like X panels. Shockwave is good. More cannons is good. Yeah, more cannons. More cannons even. Yeah, and then we'll do by attack again. By attack. Make sure you haven't sorted it by reverse attack. Anyway, so this is my folder. And I'm gonna go into the FireMan fight. So you'll see, first thing we'll talk about is the boss patterns. FireMan likes to move, or he always moves 3 times, pauses, and then he moves and attacks. The place he moves to is the place he'll attack from. So you'll see, he moves 1, 2, 3, pause, move, attack. And here he's doing his firearm attack, and he'll do it again. So 1, 2, 3, pause, move, attack. And here he's doing that attack. I don't know what it's called. Move, attack. And you'll see he'll pretty much stick to this for the whole fight. Firearm. So here we go. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3. Move, attack. That's great. And basically that is FireMan's only pattern. He is the first boss, so you know, you don't need to know too much. Actually, let's take another turn. He has 3 different attacks. Oh, perfect. This is the one that he does less often. This is this kind of like firebomb attack. You can walk over them before they've exploded, but after they've leave these fire rings on the ground, I don't know if you saw them, they do 10 damage. So it's not the like, it's pretty easy to dodge because they take a while before they actually explode. Now, let's see what attack he does next. Oh, he's doing this one again, so you can see it a little better. You can see that I can actually walk over them before they've exploded and they don't do anything. But then if you step on the fire rings, they do 10 damage. Now, he's doing it again. Come on, man. This like burner attack, as you can see, does 15 damage. It's pretty weak. Oh man, he's doing this a lot. And then the firearm damage, the burner attack again does 15. You can see it there. And the firearm is his most powerful one. It does 20 HP points. So, you know, he pretty much does the firearm most often, and it can hurt. At this point of the game, you probably only have like 100 HP. Anyway. So the strongest attack does 20 damage. You're fine. Now, onto the strats. Pretty much this is what you want to see. You want to see swords. I also like to just tap everything really quickly to see if I can pick anything else up, but you want to choose swords if you get them. And then just hang out around the front. And you could go for that if you want to react, but I find that FireMan goes to the front quite often. And if you've got decent reaction time, you can catch it. Once again, we draw a wide sword, so we're going to take it. He's going to do the fire bombs. We just do the other one. And then after swords, the thing you want to look for is if you can take multiple chips. If you draw one sword and you only can take the one sword, I would personally say it's probably still worth it because they do substantially more damage than a lot of other chips. And then after swords, you kind of try to take more chips. So here I have 2 cannons, so I'm going to take the 2 cannons. Luckily for us, that pretty much just deletes him. And the other thing you gotta remember is when he moves to attack, he doesn't necessarily move to your row. So don't just blindly fire off an attack. Let's do that again. So here, 2 cannons. I also saw a sword, but this is fine. This does the same amount. And it, you know, it gets 2 chips out of the way. And now we have 2 swords. Beautiful. One last thing I want to point out is you might notice every time I cause invincibility frames, he will restart his pattern. So every time I flinch him, he will do 3 moves again, and then attack, pause, move, attack. Otherwise, I'll do the fight once more, but I don't really know what else to say about FireMan. This is one of those cases. Oh, what am I? I'm accidentally manipping this. That's what I'm doing. That's funny. I'm always getting the same draw every time. Okay, here's another one. So sword. I would do mini bombs actually, because they do more damage and it's 2 chips. 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna wait till he moves attacks. And if I take damage there, it's fine, but I dodged in time. 3, then you move attack. And then 3 cannons. I could have taken the 2 swords, probably a better, I like the 3 cannons. Oh, I did that stupidly. And then here I can take all the swords. So we get that, and then we get that. I don't really know what else to say about FireMan. He's FireMan. Sorry, I know it's not very helpful. Oh man. Then we go. Come on. Is it not gonna load? Oh no. Wow. Yikes. Okay. 1 second. Tragic. Tragic, tragic, tragic. There it is. Okay, hopefully this works out. There we go. Okay, I should make a save state for this, probably. Because, unfortunately, my save state here is from... what did it say? Too high? Yeah. Okay. It's NumberMan. Okay. Now we've sorted by code, which actually I should see if I can show you. We have sorted by code, so we have 8 chips at the top. We have some cannons still. We have a Quake 1A, very, very important chip that you pick up from a blue mystery data. Some more cannons, cannons Bs. We have mini bombs. And you'll see why things like quakes and mini bombs, shockwaves, cannons are good, and anything like a sword is no good. Here we go. Okay, it's NumberMan. Swords, no good. That spot where NumberMan is, he will not move from it. He stays there for the whole battle. So anything movement pattern related, you don't have to think about. Let's go over some of his attacks. I'll take some chips just so I can trigger his later attacks. First of all, his number balls. He always starts with his number balls until he gets to a lower amount of health. And here they are. You see, 38, 7. You're trying to shoot them. You see, you're trying to quickly look at the low number. And my mashing is really bad right now, but you can see that you have to shoot it 7 times. So that's cool, right? Otherwise, you want to, if you don't have any chips, you want to do the movement buffering and shoot NumberMan as much as you can with just the normal buster. Now, if you get hit by one of the number balls, it does 20 damage, which doesn't seem like much necessarily, but if you get a little overwhelmed by number balls, some of his later attacks do definitely a lot more than 60 damage, or they have the potential to. And I'll try to show you what those attacks are. Ignore what I'm picking right now. I just wanna get to the attacks. I like to use swords to, if I draw swords and I have to get them out of the way, I like to use them to get the number balls out of the way. This is not good. As you can see, unfortunately, NumberMan gets flinched a lot, so you always have to wait for iframes. Come on, this draw sucks. I forget exactly at what HP threshold he starts using the other attacks, but we'll get there soon. Here we are. So here's the dice. Dice, English, I don't know. And you'll see it rolls a certain number, 1. The dice attack does whatever number it rolls times 10. So 1 is going to do 10 damage. Pretty easy. Hey, 80 to 70. We're fine. 1 again, we're just going to go down to 60. It's fine. Again, 2, we're going to go down to 40. It does 20 damage. Time Bomb. This one does 40 damage every time. So I'm going to be deleted. Right now. Died to NumberMan. That's what I'm known for. But pretty much the Time Bomb, you always want to buster it down. And I'll show you what I mean in a second. Now I'll talk to you about the strats. You want to be picking multiple chips for NumberMan. And if you can't, you want to add, honestly. So right here, I can pick all these swords. So I'm just going to pick them, even though they're kind of trash for NumberMan. And I'm just going to buster him for the turn. And now we have a cannon and a quake. Decent enough. Those two, those work for NumberMan. And so we'll take it. Oop, gotta go to the 7. Try not to get hit too much. Another quake. I would take the quake just because it does damage. And continue bustering him. You're always bustering unless you have a chip that's, you know, that you want to use. Because you want to use chips. Your buster at the moment still stinks. So what you want to do with time bombs is you immediately want to go to them, stand in front of them, directly in front of them, because then you can shoot faster. This is the speed I shoot at, but if I stand in front of an object, I can shoot a little faster. So you want to stand directly in front of whatever object it is. He's doing a lot of time bombs now, so it's nice because you can see. So let's say I have a chip, I have 2 shotguns. That's great. I'll see he does this. I'll do that. He's probably going to do something else. He did it in front of me, but regardless, I always want to take care of the time bombs as soon as possible. I should have added there, but he's kind of at low health. And I missed that shockwave. I got too greedy with the iframes. Don't do that. And then one more thing you can do is if you're moving back and forth a whole lot, like what I just did, the objects he spawns can spawn on top of you. And that, I didn't quite notice how much damage that did, but it does a decent amount of damage. So, you know, be careful. And then here I have 2 cross guns, so I'm gonna do 9 buster damage. I did a bit more. It did 40 damage. So spawning it on an item does 40 damage. Watch out. And that's NumberMan. Let's do it a couple more times and see if it's helpful at all. 2 mini bombs. Easy. Shoot it. Start doing the movement buffering. Even if you spawn on the second highest one, as long as it's not too bad, you can get through the number balls. Yeah, I'll do that. And then if I get an A-coded chip, hopefully I can take the Quake with it. There you can do that with the cross guns or shotguns or V-guns. Oh, that's the Quake Q. Right, so I got a Quake Q from a random drop. Usually, you're only guaranteed a Quake A. I'll take it because it does a lot of damage. I'm always bad about adding, but you should add. Trust me. Unfortunately as well, for this category, your folder is kind of trash. It's alphabet soup. I should have added there as well. I don't like how the add function... Oh, 40 damage. How add functions in Battle Network 1, but, you know, whatever. H. I guess I got more than one Quake. Wow. I should, before I throw it, I should take care of this, and then I'll throw it. And so this is gonna do 40 damage, so that's pretty substantial. I can see that I'm about to get hurt unless I move. I can do that. And then just 3 Buster. Easy. You definitely want to watch out for the dice because, you know, if it rolls a 40 or a 50 or a 60, like those hurt. You don't want to get hit by those. You only have, I think, 120 HP at this point. So 60 is half of your health. You will get 2-shot. Or even like getting 3 40s is you're dead. Sorry. So you want to watch out. Don't get hit too much is what I'm saying. NumberMan himself doesn't move. You want to stick to the middle column, go back and forth. And yeah, just get good. Let's move on to GutsMan. Is this gonna break my emulator again? Oh, looks like it. I don't know what's happening. Guess I'll have to just do this every time. Why is that happening? Makes me sad. Jeez. There we go. It'll be a good little break between things. Okay. GutsMan. GutsMan. I hope that oh no, are you serious? Why is it doing this? I just want to show the things, man. Chaotic, you have never been more correct. I just want to impart my wisdom. It's not doing it. It's just not. Why is it not doing it? Can I do this? Oh, I can. Genius. Oh, it's not on screen, right? Oh no, it is on screen. There we go. There we go. I don't know why emulator being a little stinky sometimes. So, FireMan, we sorted by attack. NumberMan, we sorted by code, because we wanted chips like Cannon A's, Quake 1A, Mini Bomb C, Cannon B's, stuff like that. GutsMan, we also sort by attack. So I guess I got 3 Quakes, which is not the norm, let me stress that. 3 Quakes is not the norm, but I got Quakes, and they are strong. They are strong boys, and I got a bunch of swords. So we like those things at the top. So you know, we're just gonna deal with it. We go up to Dex. We say sure, and he says prepare to meet your maker. We know it doesn't quite go that way. I'm gonna hope that maybe if you've played some of the, you know, multiple Battle Network games throughout the years that you've fought GutsMan before, but if not, I'll try to make it good. Kilios, I don't think I have to say too much here for you, but maybe you'll learn something new. I don't know. Let's start with GutsMan's pattern. From the middle, he'll move, attack, move, attack, move, attack. He does that 3 times, right? Move, attack. And then after that, he'll move, crack panels. check it. Move, attack, move, attack, move, attack, move, crack panels. Move, attack, move, attack, move, attack, move, crack panels. He would have cracked panels, but GutsMan's a little thick, so he doesn't know that he already cracked those panels. Move, crack panels. He did it again. Now, he has the shockwave attack, which you have seen. He can crack panels, and if you're standing directly in front of him, that will hurt you as well. And he has one more attack. Let's see it. If you stand in the front, sometimes he will try to punch you. You know, he do have big fists though. So, he do be trying to punch you. Now, the interesting thing about when he goes up to punch you is that will reset his whole pattern. So he will go to punch you, and then he will do 3 move attacks and crack panels again. The other interesting thing is that he can decide to punch you whenever. And in any part of his pattern, if you're standing in the front row, he may go up to punch you, and he may not. It can be in place of any of the move attacks or in place of the crack panels. Doesn't matter. So yeah, let's go over how hard he hits. The shockwave only does 20 damage. It's not too bad. I'm gonna try to get hit by his crack panels, but I think it only does 20 damage as well. And then his punch does 30 damage. Is that right? It is 30 damage. So doesn't hit quite as hard as NumberMan, interestingly enough. Let's start the fight over again. So, much like FireMan, we like swords. We like swords a lot. And one of the reasons is that, unlike FireMan, we can actually bait him to the front by standing in the front, because his punch only has one range, so he has to be in the front row if he wants to punch you. You just dodge, go back, attack. And you know, that works too. He also has to go to the front row to crack panels. So he's kind of guaranteed to go to the front row at some point, which is nice. It's very, very, very nice. You should probably add there, but I'm just going to take the sword because I like swords. And sometimes he'll just go to the front row for that. Now, I can see what else I get. Not really anything good, so I'm gonna add. Try to crack those panels because he's kind of dumb. Move attack, and then he'll crack panels here. So, oh geez, this would finish him. So I'm gonna take that. If he still was at full health and somehow I got this like 10 chip draw, I would probably take the 3 shotguns. They're all encoded. Yeah. But I got the 2 quakes and that can finish him. So I'll do that. And the quake timing is a little tight. So if you need to pause buffer to see where he's moving, like there I can see he's moving here. And so I just finish him. Pause buffering is fine. Don't worry about it. Let's do it a couple more times, but GutsMan is pretty straightforward as well. Okay, I got a sword. I could also do the quake, but I know I have more swords than quakes, so I'm actually going to do the quake. And so I'm going to pause buffer to see where he's going and shoot immediately. You also want to see if you can do buster shots. And if he's right in front of you, that's even better. Because, once again, you can shoot a little faster. I have 2 cross guns. I'm going to use them. They don't flinch him, so I can do both at once. It's Pretty nice. Pretty nice. And now I have 2 swords, which is kind of what I was going for. Let's see. I moved. I missed a sword. I missed a sword. It just be like that sometimes. And now I'm gonna go back. Mini bomb. And then I can't go to that panel, so I can't mini bomb. See that. Let's do that. And yeah. As you can see, some higher damage attacks do cause iframes, so watch out. Now I'm just getting hit because I figure I can probably do it. I'm gonna spam A. I missed it, but that's why I took the second cross gun. That's GutsMan. Yeah. Just once again, don't get hit too much. He does move attack, move attack, move attack, move, crack panels, and at any point in there, he can move to the front and punch you if you're in the front row. Not too difficult, I think. Next is StoneMan. Gonna break the game. Don't worry about it. There we go. There we go. That was better. So for StoneMan, FireMan you sorted by attack, NumberMan you sorted by code, GutsMan you sorted by attack, StoneMan you sort by code. What do we got? Cannons at the top, Quake 1A again, Cannon Bs, Mini Bomb Cs, Shockwave. Escape is kind of stinky there, but we deal with it. Another Quake 1, another Escape, little stinky, but we deal with it. Cross guns, whatever. What we don't want are swords, because much like NumberMan, StoneMan stays in the back middle panel, and that's it. He doesn't move. He's a big boy. We also have Hammer, but that doesn't help for this one. Nothing else really, except maybe Cannonades. I should have, yeah. Anyway, this is a good enough folder. We can do it. And also, the very important thing is that you are supposed to be able to buy at least 1 power-up, and you want it in attack. If you can buy 2 power-ups by the time you get to the shop in Internet 1 on your way here, put both of them in attack, so your Buster Shot does 3 damage. Right now it does 2 damage. But once again, that's double the amount than if we didn't have any power-ups on attack, so you just want to make sure that that's there. And then we just kind of go into it. So now I'll talk about his pattern. He's got 600 HP because he's a big boy, but we can take care of it. It's all right. So what StoneMan is gonna do is he's gonna spawn a rock cube somewhere on our field, our side of the field. And then after that, here, let's let him spawn the rock cube. You see his eyes glow and he spawns the rock cube. Then he lifts his arms up and he puts them down. And you'll see, we see 3 shadows and 3 rocks, and they drop somewhere. So he does that once, he does that twice, and we dodge it, and he does that 3 times, and we dodge it. And then he'll spawn another rock cube, and the previous one breaks. He does this 3 times. So spawn rock cube, 3 rocks, spawn rock cube, 3 rocks, spawn rock cube, 3 rocks. Now he's going to spawn another rock cube. This is the 3rd time. And the thing is, the rocks that fall aren't always on top of you, so sometimes you don't have to move, and it's great. And now his arms are going down into the ground, you see, and he's going to shoot a laser. This laser boy is easy to see coming, and the laser just goes all across the row. You see that? Can spawn in your field as well. And he does 3 lasers. There it is. Now his arms will go back, and he'll restart the cycle. Spawn a rock cube, rocks falling. You know, the rocks fall 3 times. and then it'll spawn another rock cube. And so it's 3 rock cube cycles and then 3 lasers, and just repeat, essentially. Now, for damage, let's get hit by one of these rocks. Oh, I dodged it. Okay. As you can see, 30 damage. We're slowly ramping up the damage. 30 damage may not seem like a lot, but if you get hit a few too many times, it hurts. It hurts pretty bad. The other thing you can do during the rock cube cycles to get hurt is actually move into the spot where he's spawning the rock cube. Right there. That does 60 damage. It happens. And if you want to take it a little safe, the way you can prevent that is, you know he spawns a rock cube at the beginning every time, so maybe don't start moving right away. And then you know that after 3 rock cubes, his eyes are gonna glow. See that? And you know that when they glow, you stop moving because he's spawning a rock cube. Easy. The other thing, I'll let it play a little. So rocks do 30 damage. The falling rocks, that is. The rock cubes, if you move into where they're spawning, do 60 damage. One more cycle, come on. And then once we get to the laser, it does 70 damage. At this point in the game, 70 damage is a bit of a yikes. Don't get hit by the laser. They are so easy to see. Don't get hit by the laser. Don't get hit by the laser. Look at how much time you have. Oh, okay, just don't be here. You have 6 other spots to be. Don't get hit by the laser. And then one more thing I want to say is that while the head is popping up to shoot the laser, much like the rock cube, you can walk into the spot where it's like coming up. And that does only 30 damage. So it's not as bad as the rock cube and like moving onto where the rock cube is spanning. And it's nowhere near as bad as getting hit by the laser. So just don't get hit by the laser, okay? Don't get hit by the laser. About what you want to pick. Swords, stinky. Escape, stinky. The other things are good. Let's try to get a better draw. Unfortunately, in the actual run, you can't just try to get a better draw. This is very stinky. So what I would do here is just take them and just do this the whole turn. Once again, we're movement buffering. You're trying to see also where the rocks are falling. So like you see, I don't go to the front panel because that's where the rocks are falling. And now we have cannons. I got hit, but that's okay. And now I tried to stop moving when I saw his eyes glow. Cross guns. Once again, for this, you just want to take as many chips as possible. Oh, I moved onto the wrong spot. And you just want to always be bustering, you know? A-B-B, always be bustering. Now, here's a good thing to note. If something like this happens to you, where you've just gotten hit by a few too many rocks, and then you move onto a rock cube as it's spawning and you take a lot of damage, you can pause buffer things to see, okay, I gotta move there. Okay, I'm safe here. Let's do some more buster shots. And then, you know, okay, I'm cool, I'm safe. We keep doing this. And now he's gonna do the arms. Remember, getting the head just does 30 damage. The laser does 70. So if the laser hits you, we're dead. Don't move around while the head is moving up and down because you can move onto it and that would do 30 damage. But you know, like what I just did is fine. Just stop moving for a second. And then, as you see, we just do that. Remember to buster. Bustering will do a lot of damage throughout the whole battle. Let's do it again. This is probably like manipped or something. No, this is pretty good. Okay, I'll do swords for now, and I'll bust her. See the eyes glowing? Okay, the rock cube's not on me. And we just do this. And we got hit. It's chill, you know? It's chill, it's chill. I should have added, but I like doing damage. And you'll see that even the Quake 1A, which does 90 damage, did not cause iframes. StoneMan onwards, I think, needs 100 damage to cause flinching and invincibility frames. I'm pretty sure it's all the bosses from StoneMan onwards. I could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain. So 2 chips that do 50 damage is fine. It has to be 100 damage in one go to cause iframes. Okay. That'll happen where you just kind of get panicky. Just don't get hit too much again. This is the worst. You just want to destroy the rock cube, honestly. Okay, yeah. You will find more often than not that the draws in single segments are, you know, they could be a little better. Oh, we can't take Quake. So we take that. We could add again, but that takes a whole turn. I figure 50 damage. I don't have the best adding habits. And then we take these 2. There. StoneMan. The bosses where you don't have to take into account their movement pattern are annoying, but at least you kind of know that you can just keep on shooting them. So that's StoneMan. Is there anything else in my notes? No. Okay. The next one is the easiest boss to save time on. Trust me. Hey, it worked. Check it. The bears. It's the bears. Our folder is maybe... It's pretty much the same. It's not that much better. We have a few things. Let me check. You'll notice that it is sorted by reverse ID, and you'll see why with the escapes at the top. But we have, you know, hammer, we have sonic wave. We have surprisingly a lot of swords and some other stuff. We have high cannon, but it's pretty much the same. Literally who? Don't worry, Chaotic, I'll get to it. Quake. Well, here, first we'll start with the bears. 2 bear viruses, polar bear viruses. One with 250 HP, one with 300. It's a lot of HP. They only move up and down, as you will see, and they shoot ice cubes at you, because of course they do. Both viruses, if you get hit by the ice cube, it only does 30 damage. Oh, that did 60 damage. Why is that? Oh no, sorry, they both do 60 damage. I thought they both did 30 damage, but they both do 60 damage. That actually hurts quite a lot. You only have 200 HP. Don't get hit by the ice cubes. If you're trying to be too aggressive, it's easy to get hit by the ice cubes. We've all been there, and then you're just gonna have to play the end of the battle safe, which is like fine, I guess, but you know, just don't get hit by the ice cubes. Otherwise, they will not move forward or backwards, so you can't use anything like swords. Swords are bad. Don't use swords. Cannons, shockwaves, shotguns, crossguns, all of that sort of thing. Those work fine. And also, as with other battles, just try to take a lot of chips. It's also easier once you get rid of one of the bear viruses. And you might not be able to see because the bear virus is quite big, but there's a hole in the middle because I threw a Quake 1A, which cracks the panel underneath. And then when the virus got deleted, it turned into a hole. Anyway. So he's stuck here for a while, which is pretty good for us. But as you see, the panel is healed now. And like, he could come up here if he wanted. Got another Quake. I can stand here because I know he's gonna move. Easy. And as you can see, the panel's cracked. Anyway, this is the bear viruses. They have one attack. They move very predictably. Literally who? And we say literally who because you can do... Nope. You can do... Is that it? Nope, that's not it. Nope. Oh man, I'm so out of practice. There we go. That's it. You can just skip them. Who needs to fight the bear viruses? Nobody. I'll let Dallas do the bear skip video because he said he would. But more or less, you just kind of gotta do some complicated stuff. Some careful movement. I think that's it. And then you open the folder twice. Helios was only opening it once. He would have gotten the bear skip, but he only opened the folder once. RIP. And anyway, I'm out of practice because I do any percent now where it doesn't matter as much if you get it first try. But here it matters very much if you get it first try. And then after you do the bear skip, you gotta jack back in and then jack out because otherwise land can't move. So it's a little bit of time loss, but it's still way better than fighting the bears. So don't fight the bears. It's pretty much it for the bears. They're not a real boss, but they're pretty much a real boss if you end up fighting them. IceMan. I personally really like buying ElecSword after you let Freud's kid out of the car. You go to the car that's by Higsby's, you let the kid out, you go into Higsby's, you buy ElecSword, you can, it's easy, you buy it later anyway, so you're just buying it a little earlier. Doesn't impact the run really at all, other than you're going into Higsby's like once extra for a few seconds. But it does 120 damage, it's electric type, IceMan is aqua type, so it literally does 240 damage to him, easy. And he only has 500 HP. So it's almost half of his HP. It's also incredibly easy to hit him with ElecSword because it's like a wide sword, and you'll see. Let's get to IceMan. So, about IceMan's pattern. He will always start like this. He moves to... Can you see my mouse? Oh, yeah. Can you see my mouse, everyone? I think you can. He moves to, in his area, the top left panel. You can see right here, that's where he's moved. And he will create an ice cube in your top right panel. See that? And then he will move down to the middle left panel and he'll do the same thing. And then, you might have guessed, he'll move down to the bottom left panel and do the same thing. And so, you know, he always, no matter what you do, starts that way. Easy. He will then, after he's done doing this, throw an ice bomb at you. The ice bomb, just real quick, he throws it to the spot you're standing on, and these like little, or they're not little, they're quite big ice spikes spawn from it in a cross shape. So you see where I was standing, above, below, to the left, and to the right. An interesting thing to note is that the spike that has spawned in the same spot as the ice cube actually does damage to the ice cube. So if I'm going to try to break an ice cube, it's going to be this one, because it'll break way faster because it's already got some damage on it. After that, let me restart it. I believe I'm still a little shaky on this pattern, to be honest, but he moves pretty slowly, so it's not that bad. I believe he does 5 moves in attack, but it's kind of weird. Ooh, I'm gonna do a save stage for this. So he's gonna move to the front, do the 3 ice cubes, and then he's gonna throw an ice bomb. Then he moves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then throws an ice bomb. Then 1, and then after that, the ice cubes are gonna start breaking. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then do that. I'm not sure. Sometimes he does 5 or 6. I'm not sure entirely when to start counting the moves, but it's a little. He's slow. You can see what he's doing easily, and he'll do the ice bomb. The one other thing he can do is sometimes he'll kick an ice cube towards you. I'm not entirely sure when he does this, to be honest. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt, I guess. There, he did it there. Now about damages. If you get hit by an ice cube that he has kicked towards you, it does 60 damage. Kinda yikes. Not gonna lie, a little yikes. Getting hit by the ice bomb, oh, there we go again, does 30 damage. But the other thing it does, as I will show you, is it freezes you in place, and you have to just spam buttons to get out of it. The buttons you can spam are the D-pad inputs and A and B. You probably don't want to spam A if you have any chips, because you might use it accidentally and just waste something. So I would just spam D-pad and B, because worst comes to worst, you just shoot a buster shot. But that only does 30 damage. That's pretty good. Getting hit by the ice cube, once again, does 60 damage. And those are the only 2 things he can do that damage you, really. Was it this? Is this what drew the Elexord? Yeah. So, if you top deck Elexord, English, I don't know. You know what attack he's gonna do at the beginning of the battle every time. So you literally just move forward, use it. You do this. 240 damage immediately. Easy. Easy 240 damage. And then he does the thing. And that also desyncs his ice cubes, which is sometimes a little interesting. I saw that this draw had a sword. If you get a sword, if you get a wide sword, you can also do the same thing as the Elexord. If you get a regular sword, you can take the damage and do that. The thing is that that also does 60 damage, so it's a price that you pay. So you can do it maybe at the top of the battle, but I wouldn't do it too much, honestly. It's really easy to die to IceMan if you're not careful. I've been there. So let's do a fight without Elexord. 2 train arrows. Yeah, let's take the train arrows. And let's start doing this. Shooting that, and then we're gonna bait the bomb, which breaks it. We honestly should probably bait the bomb to the bottom, because he spends a little time there. Yeah, I'm bad. Let me do that again. This is the sword draw. Okay, well here. Let's take train arrow again. Yeah, because we can also take cannon, right? So train arrow A, cannon A. Beautiful. We want to do something like this. No, that's still not good. Yeah. It's difficult to kind of get around the ice cubes. They can be a little whack, not gonna lie. Here I have the swords, wide sword in particular. I haven't taken any damage yet, so I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna do that and take the damage because why not? Now at this point, I'll take the mini bombs are also good because you know he's gonna go to the front here to do the ice cubes. Or wait, the front here. This is where my mouse is. To do the ice cubes. So I'm gonna wait and just kind of like buster. He's gonna kick it. Gonna wait for the ice cubes to break. He's gonna do that. I couldn't do it there. But no, he's gonna move before he can do that. It's fine, you know? I do that. And then let's take Sonic Wave and Mini Bomb. Or Shockwave, rather. Shockwave is nice because it can go through the ice cubes. Got hit. Kicked the thing. And then 2 cannons. I got lucky there. And anyway. While he's moving, he's a little hard to hit, but he spends a lot of time staying still. At times. Basically, the biggest strat I have is if you get Elixord at any point, it's really easy to use. Like even later on in the fight, I'll show you. I know that he's gonna start like this, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna sort of preemptively, you know, put the Quake where I know he's going to be. I'm gonna get hit, but that's okay. 30 damage I'm willing to deal with. And then let's do a sword. Let's make it a dangerous fight. Oh, got hit for no reason. Anyway. Now we've got a dangerous fight, right? Except not, because we have Elixord. So let's say we drew Elixord turn 3, right? It's fine. We know he's gonna go to the front. The ice cubes are kind of out of sync now. Anyway, as he comes to the front a lot, you can find an opening. Use Elixord, does a lot of damage. It's worth it in my opinion. Elixord seems to always be the IceMan strat. Let's do it one more time. Without getting the same draw. Mini bombs. Hammer is also really good, to be honest, but I'll use mini bombs. Because I know he's going to go to the top. Then I know he's going to go here. Then he's going to do the bomb. So that's an easy 100 damage already off the top, you know? Let's try to use Hammer and Quake. Nice. He was going to try to kick it on me, but I just went to the spot. Now he's going to go to... Oh, he did something slightly different. I like to wait until he goes to the... Oh, he's not doing it. That's okay. That's not going to hit him. Oh, it did hit him. So you have enough time. No, this does more. This does 120 damage total. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take the hit. And I only got 2 shots in, unfortunately. I could have waited. I could have actually dodged the thing. That would have been a better move. Anyway, it's IceMan. I hope that my strats aren't just evolving into don't get hit too much and be good, but you know. The folder can be a little shaky. I will, from IceMan onwards, I think is where the strats get much more particular. So let's go there to SkullMan. Oh no, it's doing the thing. It's okay. Don't worry about it. We got it. There we go. SkullMan. We're good. So, for IceMan, we had our folder sorted by attack. For SkullMan, we also have it sorted by attack. But before SkullMan, you're gonna jack into this vase. Vase. English language, don't care. And you just go straight up right, and there should be a blue mystery data right here that has Quake 3, Quake 3C, I believe it is. Yes. And you also got M Cannon earlier, and also... Did you get M Cannon earlier? Where do you get M Cannon again? I forget, but you've got it regardless. Oh, you get it in the Waterworks comp, so it should already be in your folder for IceMan, actually. Elec Sword as well, we got Hammer, we got a bunch of Quakes, we got High Cannon, Swords. So now, Sonic Wave, pretty much, we're trying to do a lot of damage. Now, here is SkullMan. Oops, I said no. But if you say no, there's only one text box. Anyway, here's SkullMan. 600 HP, spawns in the middle. And what's convenient to know, and if Kilios is still around, you could make sure you remember this. He also always starts with the same attack. He only has one attack, really. No, that's a lie. Yeah, that's a lie. He has multiple attacks. I don't know why I said he only has one attack. But he always starts with the same attack. And what I mean by that is he will do the fire attack as soon as he can. An interesting thing about SkullMan, I'll show you the fire attack. It just goes in a line, you see? And you can see, if you notice, that he always goes to your row. Because he wants to hit you. He's very aggressive. An interesting thing about SkullMan, and I'll see if I can show you. If he goes to the back at any point, yeah, here. If he's going to attack again, and you're still in the same row because you got hit or because the attack hasn't gotten to you yet, he will not move. He will stay in the exact same spot and attack again. I'll try to show it again. Well, okay. Let's ignore that for now. So he will only move if he has to change rows to hit you. Otherwise, so if I move immediately at the beginning, he will also move. But let's say he's attacking again, or I got hit. Let me get hit again. If I just got hit and, you know, have iframes, he'll just attack again as many times as he wants. Obviously that deleted me, but you know, you don't game over for this fight. So for single segment, it's okay to lose. You're just losing time. The run's not dead. What else do we got? He always starts with the same attack. So what happens if you get a Quake 3? If you top deck a Quake 3, you use it as soon as possible because he's just gonna stay there and he gets hit. 150 damage, pretty damn good. Excuse me. And then otherwise, you also just wanna, you know... Oh, another important thing is we have our charge. We have one power up in charge now. And these things can be destroyed with a pink charge shot. You only want one of these things on screen, on your field, because two of them is impossible to deal with. So, let's talk about damage and also behavior. Oh, come on. A thing you'll see with a lot of bosses is that they do 5 things and then they do a different thing. So you'll see SkullMan. He does 5 fires. Whether or not he moves, he does 1 fire. So 1 attack, 2 attack, 3 attack, 4 attack, 5 attack, and then he sends his hands out. And the top one always moves first. I should have shown you here. He does 1 fire, 2 fire, 3 fire, 4 fire, 5 fire, and then the hands. The top one moves forward first, followed by the bottom one, and they move in an alternating fashion. You just want to get rid of one as soon as possible. I recommend a charge. And then you might not have noticed, but he did 5 fires again, and then he sent his head out to the spot where you were. So he'll do 1 fire, 2 fire, 3 fire. I'm gonna get hit, 4 fire, 5 fire, and then head to a spot where I was in that split moment. It's pretty easy to dodge the head. The rest is not as easy to dodge for various reasons. Oh god. Then the head. And his body stays in place while he sends the head, so that's easy. Let's talk about damage. But that's his pattern. It's as simple as that. 5 attacks, and then he sends out his hands, his spinning scythes. And then if there's still a scythe in your field after 5 attacks, he will do the head attack. If there's not a scythe on your field after 5 of his fire attacks, he will put them back on your field. So Quake 3C, just off the bat immediately. And then I start charging. Charge shots at this point are powerful. They do 63 or 64 damage unless you got an early second power up, in which case they'll do 80 damage if you put the extra one in attack. If you put the extra one in charge, it'll still be 64 damage. I'll take these, because he comes to the front quite a bit. There's actually one more very important thing to talk about before damages, and it's the behavior of the arm sides. So they are kind of tricky to understand, but I think I finally got them. If you are equally far away horizontally as vertically, meaning where I am right now, there's, you know, it has to, if I stay in place, the scythe has to move 1 panel horizontally and 1 panel vertically. If that's the case, it will always move horizontally first. And I'll show you. Moving to the side, moving to the side. Okay, there I moved to a different spot because I'm trying to dodge. But, oh God, this is difficult. Trust me on this. It'll always move horizontally first. Oh my God. Now, what happens, so like here, for example, it has to move 2 panels horizontally and 2 panels vertically. It will move horizontally. There it is. And it'll move horizontally here as well. What happens if I'm in a spot like this, where it has to move 1 panel horizontally and 2 panels vertically? It will move vertically first. It will do the one that's farther away, the direction that's farther away first. So it has to move vertically more. So it will do that right now. It'll move down. And then now, because once again, we are sort of like equally as far away horizontally than vertically, it'll move left. I mean, here, it's kind of complicated. It's a little sort of big-brained, but not really. It's tough to dodge. Don't worry about it. Now we'll talk about damage. The fire, very simply, does 80 damage. That's a lot. I'm not gonna lie, that's a lot. 3 hits and you're done. Getting hit by one of the sides also does 80 damage. That's a lot. Like, I'm dead. It's 3 hits and you're out. The head, if you get hit by it, I don't know why I restarted. If you get hit by the head, we're gonna have to wait a little. Let's also do damage. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. I'm gonna break 1. If you get hit by the head, it does 100 damage. I got hit by the head first and not the scythe. Trust me, it did 100 damage. So regardless of what you get hit by, you get hit 3 times and you're done. Once again, it's not a game over, so it's okay. But not a fan of getting head. The head is the best part, you know? That's spooky season for you. Susie and the Banshees. Head cut. Good song. The head is the best part. So what do we do for the fight? Swords are good because he moves to the front. Pretty much anything is good as long as it does high damage. That's what we want. It's unlike a lot of previous bosses, it's easy to hit him. It's just that you kind of have to dodge a lot of attacks at once. And also, he hits really hard. That's the challenge of this fight. He hits really hard, and it's kind of a headache once one of the scythes is on your field. So let's get rid of one. That's cool, and don't underestimate the power of the charge shot. The charge shot does substantial damage at this point. I'm kind of being stubborn and staying with the swords. And if you want him to change position again, you gotta go to a different row, right? So like if I stayed there, I can stay there. I got 2 hits, 1 more and I'm out. It's that easy, you know? Yeah, okay. So 1 more charge shot and he's out. So this is what I'm gonna do. That. Pick the chips with the high damage. Don't get hit. I'm telling you how the things work so that you can practice not getting hit. You don't have to... Like, what I did at first a lot of the time was I didn't know what the patterns were. So I practiced not getting hit, but I still got hit a lot because I didn't know what I was doing. Should I used a sword there when he was in front of me? It's okay. Now I gotta charge this. And I'm gonna do this. Being stubborn with swords again. Here comes the head. Getting hit. Sometimes if the scythe and the fire traps you, that's his thing, essentially. Like here. Yeah, I got hit again. I did that badly. Anyway, if you could... Oh, that's it. Yeah. You're just dead. It's really easy to die to SkullMan. Not FireMan. It's not easy to die to FireMan. If you want him to move immediately, move immediately. That's good. We start charging the Buster for the side so we can get one out of the way immediately. And then mini bombs are good. I can throw one because I know he's going to be there for a second. I can throw one because I know I can do that. I can kind of manipulate him to stay in place. Yeah. High cannon does 80. Nice damage. And you want to keep... I don't know if I've mentioned it strictly. Oh, God. And I just actually failed at it. but you want to keep one of the scythes on your field at all times. Because otherwise he's just going to spawn 2 of them again, and you got to destroy 1 of them, and it takes time. Now, I know he's going to move to my row. So I know that Quake 3 explodes in a plus shape, so I can just throw this and know that it's going to hit him. If he gets flinched, 100 damage or more, the scythes on your side disappear. So now he's going to do this again. And as you can see, here they are. Let's do sword. You should also probably be adding at this point, but I'm bad at adding. Missed a sword. But it's okay. 1 more Buster Shot and he's dead. So don't underestimate the Buster Shot. The Buster Shot is good. From here onwards, don't underestimate the Buster Shot, because it's actually quite good. And we've got some chips that do like pretty good damage. If there was a boss that I would say like practice a lot, or a place where you have to start practicing, it's from SkullMan onwards. Those are ones where you actually just need to practice. Even if I tell you what they're gonna do, you need to practice them to get better at them. Anyway, ColorMan. It's gonna break the thing. We do that. Save that. We do that. There we go. We're back. We're back. So for SkullMan, you sort by attack. For ColorMan, you also sort by attack. Mostly because Quake 3 is in here. And M Cannon. Elec Sword is stinky, Hammer is stinky, but Quakes are good as well. So just sort by attack, it'll be fine. ColorMan has literally 3 attacks, and 2 of them are the same, essentially. And also, all of his attacks do 100 damage, so also 3 hits and you're out. Got some escapes, so that's bad. So let's just show you. The red and blue goons, they're the worst. They block your attacks, and they also attack you. You can see the blue goon does the aqua tower, and he does the fire tower. It just be like that, honestly. And whoever sees you will do it. ColorMan himself doesn't come out of the back row. He just moves up and down. And trust me, these do 100 damage. You can do some wacky stuff with like dodging through the aqua towers. I forget exactly what the timing is, but just dodge. It's fine. It's easy. Only one of them will attack at a time as well. The third attack doesn't happen until you've dealt 150 damage to ColorMan. Let's try to get just top deck Quake 3. There it is. So I'm going to throw it immediately. Even if he moves, it goes in a plus shape, so it's fine. And now, if you watch, ColorMan has stood still. The 2 goons have stood still. And ColorMan's gonna ball me. You see this ball falling on me? I want to move out of the way. And it's just kind of following you. And then the goons start moving again. So now you're dodging all of this. It may seem like a lot, and it can be a lot if you get yourself in a bad situation. But if you try to stand in the corners, it's not difficult to dodge. Because just of the way that everything works. Trust me. Also be careful with the fire guy, that if you're standing right in front of him and he sees you, he will attack immediately. I got hit, that did 100 damage, and then ColorMan starts moving again. And he won't do the ball attack until I've dealt 150 more damage. So he does it at 450 or less, he does it at 300, and he does it at 150. it's pretty whack, a little wacko if you will. Now, let's talk about what are some good chips. Once again, reminder: all of his attacks do 100 damage. Don't get hit. Quakes are good. Cannons can be good. I'm gonna take the escapes first. Swords, bad, because he stays in the back row. And we don't have any like steals / area grabs in our folder anymore. So there's no way we can get to him. Okay, cannons can be good if you're patient. The blue guy and him are desynced, so it's fine. Don't try to squeak past a guy if they're kind of in sync. Like, I just, you know, you might get a little overwhelmed by everything that's going on screen, so try to chill out a little. Mini bombs are good. The only thing is that you have to time them well. What I would recommend is, because they only do 50 damage, hit him with a buster shot so that he does the ball attack. Because he's at 480, right? See, now everyone's in sync with him, sort of. Now he's going to do the ball attack, and I can just hit him with mini bombs. It's easy. Shock waves, sonic waves are also good. Also dino waves if you get them in the traffic comps. Once again, you have to time them if he's moving, but if he's just doing this, you can just send it out and it'll hit him. I like to keep him in like ball state as long as possible, because he's much easier to hit while he's doing this. Another thing you'll want to do is sort of bait the goons to attack you on a different row than he is. Do I have any other notes? I guess I don't really have a lot of notes for ColorMan. Once again, it's a little tricky unless you get some practice on like how to dodge his attacks. So here's a good example of how it can be tricky to hit him with mini bombs. I'm gonna time it. So usually when he's at the one end, at the top or the bottom, going back towards the top or the bottom, that's your mini bomb timing. You wanna, I'll show you again. I almost did it even a little early. It's not when he's at the panel, it's when he's turning back up or down. So like, I don't have anything else good. He's got 100 damage. If I hit him with a charge shot, he will go into his ball attack. I gotta get the blue guy out of sync with him. So we're good. We gotta unfortunately wait for these two guys to start attacking again. We got two tri arrows off, so that's pretty good, I think. We got one cannon. Here comes the Quake. We'll take the escape as well to get it out of the way. And of course, always charge shots are pretty good. I got hit, so it's my bad. Sonic Wave. I like to do grand moves around the ball in the towers. Standing in the back or top corners is good because you can bait the towers to go a certain way. So like now these 4 spots are fine. These 4 spots. Okay, I kind of did that badly. My bad. And now he's moving again, but because I threw a Quake, it's fine. I just do that and he's dead. Practice this fight as well. Good chips are like Quakes, mini bombs if you time them right, or if you have him in his standing state. Otherwise, Sonic Shock Waves and Sonic Waves and Dino Waves are good as well because they can, you know, they're pierced through the goons. Cannons are good if you time them correctly. ColorMan is a lot about timing. And once again, don't forget your charge shot. Don't forget your charge shot. Don't forget your charge shot. It's important. Running out of time a little, so I'm gonna do this real quick. ElecMan. Let me save state. Let's do it. ElecMan moves 5 times and then he does something. Most of the time he'll spawn the like electric terminals, and I'll just show you what those are. 3, 4, 5 electric terminals. Okay. He spawns these electric terminals, and between the 2 bottom ones and the 2 kind of like ones that are vertical, they're gonna spawn electricity. You'll notice that I'm standing in a spot that's about to get hit. How much does this attack do? It does 100 damage. We get 3 shot by these attacks. So that's one of the big problems in my opinion, is that he can spawn the towers where you're standing. And then the other thing is those thunderbolts. If he has towers already spawned, he will always do the thunderbolts. Or not, I'm not sure about always, but I think pretty much always. Like, let's see. Yeah. And he does 4 thunderbolts. Those thunderbolts do 200 damage. You can get 2 shot in this fight. You can get 3 shot, but you can also get 2 shot. I would recommend destroying the towers. You can or you cannot. It doesn't really matter. So the biggest thing I would recommend is doing this. You see, he has 5 moves and then he does something. So let's, you know, we'll take hammer. We'll take, that's all we can take, right? So we know we have 5 moves where we can do whatever. He goes to the front, we hit him. I think this resets his 5 moves. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Anyway, I was mistaken. It does not reset his moves. So he will always do 5 moves, even if you flinch him. Once he's about to summon the towers, I recommend you're either in the back, the left bottom panel, or the left top panel. Why is that? Because if you're in one of those 2 panels, he can't summon towers in any way where you will immediately be in danger. Watch. He summons those, which is fine. I can just destroy it. I'm gonna stand at the top and he'll do something different. Okay, he's doing thunderbolts. Don't get hit by those. He summons this. He can summon all sorts of things, but he can't summon one that'll hit you if you're in one of these panels. Which is beautiful, in my opinion. That's the way you just don't get hit in this fight. And also, by doing things when you can move around. So for example, I know that after this, I have some turns where I can just be wherever. But then, once he's gonna do this, I wanna be in a corner. And then we get 2 quakes. You can also do it a little risky. So like if you're counting, I'll count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see his move there. I go to the corner. I would have been safe if he spawned the 3, 4, 5. Okay, he's doing lots of thunderbolts right now. Anyway, I recommend counting out loud, even if you think you sound stupid, and also going to those 2 corners. The last thing he does is heal himself when he's at 150 or less. He can heal himself. If he goes to the back, right there, this is his like, I'm gonna heal myself mode. You can cancel him out of his healing, which heals 100 HP, I think. If you... Does it? Yeah, he heals 100 HP, but you can cancel him out of this if you just flinch him, which is 100 damage or more. So check this out. Easy. I mean, that just killed him, but trust me. And even if he heals 100 damage, it's not the end of the world. Your Buster is good. Once again, I mostly in the ElecMan fight use my Buster to destroy the towers, but don't underestimate it. If you can sneak a few charge shots in, it's worth it. And now, that's pretty much it. Like, you can use swords, you can use shockwaves, you can use cannons, because there aren't many obstacles other than the towers, but I like to destroy them anyway. But you can also dodge them, and I'll show what I mean. Like, if you want to dodge them, that's perfectly valid too. And like, this is the same draw because save state. Let's wait a little. Okay. Stinky draw. So I'm gonna charge shot. I still don't want to get hit the first time he summons them. So I'm gonna stand in one of these corners. Okay, I like this one. I can stand in these two and be safe, essentially. That's gonna destroy the thing, so I don't want to do that. And then even if he does the Thunderbolts, I can just alternate between the two. And then you're pretty safe. 3, 4, 5. Now I'm gonna have to move somewhere else because... Oh no, I don't actually. I'm dumb. And it flinched him because it did. Oh, I was a little dangerous there. Could have gotten punished. And then I'll do... This is a chip that you don't always get, so don't rely on it. So there, you see I was in the corner. I said that I wouldn't do the thing, but I did do the thing. My bad. Destroy the electric towers. Then I can just do that, and then he's dead. Anyway, after you employ those strats, I think ElecMan is really easy if you just stay on top of him, keep track of how many moves he's done, and know when he's going to attack. Trust me, it's easy. But also, if you don't find it easy, that's fine. Immediately after, save state. We got the boy, ProtoMan. ProtoMan is a bit of a yikes. Here's his movement pattern. He'll do 5 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then he'll do one of 2 things. He'll move up directly in front of you, and I don't know if it's directly in front of you or to the front row, and do a hero sword, which does a whole 3 panels this way. Or he'll charge up and then do wide swords. If you don't get hit, he will do 3 of them. Watch. 1 hero sword, 2 hero sword, 3 hero sword. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Charge. Now he's doing wide swords, and he moves right in front of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hero sword, hero sword, hero sword. His hero sword attack and his wide sword attack both do 200 damage per slice. You get 2 shot. Don't get hit. Just don't get hit. And there's one last thing. He has this. He has fucking shield. So you can't buster him. Or can you? And we'll talk about the or can you more in a second. You can't buster him. You can't do things like shots that come from the front. See? He'll just block them. So, is he gonna hit me again? No. Yeah, he didn't hit me again. Okay. Here's the strat. At this point, you should have at least 4 attack and 1 charge. Charge to a pink charge. And then when he's in front of you, just release. Your full charge shot will flinch him and cancel him out of the attack. It's pathetic. It's honestly pathetic. If you have something like the Elec sword I have right now, you can also react and hit him. He is vulnerable when he's about to attack you. Things like Quakes are also good if you can catch him, things from above. Quake 3 is especially really good because he stays in the back row. Let's load the state up again. This can't be happening, blah, 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 blah. Hey, ProtoMan. Darn, too late. Okay, I got the same draw, so let's do that again. He attack. Dino Waves are good as well, except he can shield them. So you kind of, I would use this only if you know he's about to do the wide sword attack, which is the one he charges up for. There's one more thing I want to talk about. I'm going to start charging. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you want to be extra fast, let's see what he does. Okay, so he's going to do the hero swords where he moves in front of you. So just release. Just release the charge shot. If you want to be extra fast, when he charges, you can also hit him. Just come on and do it, man. He's not doing it. He's being a little punk. You can hit him while he's charging. If he's in a different row than you, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can go and hit him still. That's what I do. It's a little riskier. It's safer to just stand here and react to him going in front of you. And I want him to charge for this last one. If not, I'll just dodge. No, okay. I almost got hit. I want him to do the wide sword. Something like a Dino Wave I would only use with the wide sword because I can just move back and shoot it. I got hit. 200 damage, and he stops attacking. Don't do that. Don't get hit. It's a big yikes, trust me. He's not doing his charge attack. Easy. Move back, use. You can also do that with like cannons and some other things that are quick, I would say. Only take chips only if it's Quake 3 and throw it in the back row, or things that are quick. That's pretty much it. And that's ProtoMan. Otherwise, just react and release the charge shot. You need to react for him. Or just dodge, but like, it's difficult, man. It can be pretty difficult. Next, we have the Door Virus. The penultimate boss, in my opinion. Here we are. Image, come on. Here we go. Door virus. So for ElecMan and ProtoMan and all of the bosses from here on, you know, from a while back onwards, we sort by attack. Here we have some Dino Waves, which are nice. We have some Ring Zaps, whatever, right? The Magic Man of the BN1, the new, yeah, exactly. Door virus is pretty yikes, not gonna lie. Come on. It's 2 cold heads and this like shield virus, but it's like a pretty tough one. The cold heads only do 30 damage, they're bombs, and the bombs of the shield guy do 40 damage. However, the cold heads will also, if you're not standing on a panel that the bombs land on, they will just break it. They won't even crack it, it's just gone. Because of this, this can happen. I don't know if you see what's going on really. I'm doing like an amazing job dodging so far. They won't crack panels, which is interesting. But you see I'm kind of like, oh, and now I'm area locked. It really just be like that. And now I've taken a lot of damage. And now it's like, what am I even gonna do? I'm dead. Because of this, I personally like to have full, like max attack. You will have all your power-ups by this point. I like to have max attack and 1 charge. Because then my full charge shot does 80 damage. If you notice, the cold heads have 80 HP. So let's say I have hammer. Wow, I have fast gauge as well. Interesting. Fast gauge is something you buy from Higsby. I'm gonna wait for the front cold head to open its mouth, and then I'm gonna immediately go to the front and use hammer. And now one of the cold heads is gone. And now I did 40 damage. I meant to do a full charge shot, but that's okay. And there. Now the cold heads are gone. Now it's literally impossible to die. Trust me, I'm a professional. And the reason is because the way these bombs land, if you haven't noticed already, is a very particular pattern. It's front to back. So it'll hit this row first, then this row, then this row. And so 1, 2, 3, you can just kind of slide along. And they don't necessarily hit every row all the time, but after the second explosion, you can move forward and not get hit. So basically, also a thing to note is that there's no breaking damage in Battle Network 1. So if you get something like a Quake, either 1 or 3 or whatever, don't just use it immediately on a cold head because they will survive. You need to time it for when their heads are open. Otherwise, just try to get rid of at least one as soon as possible, and then it's a little easier, and then get rid of the second one next. I always save this guy for last because his attacks are easy to dodge. Now you'll notice he's got a shield. Oh, nice escapes. Something like tri-arrow, or cannon, or cross-gun, or I don't know, anything else won't be able to pierce this until you've done enough damage to the shield. He'll lift it up, and then you can hit him with things like cannons and shotguns, cross-guns, heater, bubbler, stuff like that. At any point, I'm going to get rid of these escapes. And obviously your buster as well. Your buster should be pretty good as well here. If you stand directly in front of the shield, you can also buster it pretty quickly. Something like heater does explode all ways, so it will hit him because it's in the area of effect, which is nice. And then things that pierce, like shockwaves or things that go overhead like quakes and mini bombs, you don't need to get rid of the shield for that, which is very nice. Like here, I think even if the shield is raised, that still hits. Yes, I think it hit. You'll notice if it did damage or not. And then, you know, something like a cannon, I need to get rid of the shield. And then he's dead. Practice this fight. Practice this fight. One last tip I will give you is at the beginning when the cold heads are there, you'll notice that a lot of the time they will both aim for the same. The front one opens first, and then the back one opens after a little delay. But if you stay in the same panel for long enough, they will both aim at that panel, meaning that they will both collectively only break one panel, which is good. Here we got 80, which is nice. We're gonna do this. And even if we get hit, that's fine. It's only 30 damage. And now we wait until that. And a full charge shot, and it's dead. I would get rid of the back panels first, because cold head bombs and like hard head bombs and stuff like that will hit you way faster if you're closer to the enemy. That's it. Get rid of the cold heads first, in my opinion, and then this guy's bombs hit front to back, and they're pretty easy to dodge after you get the hang of it. So just practice doing this a few times, and you will literally never die to this guy after you've defeated the cold heads. The reason why this fight can be so hard if you aren't careful about it is because the cold heads will area lock you. So that's why I delete them first. That's pretty much it. Then this guy is just like, let's just do this. Let go of that. Got all of them. Once again, he only does 40 damage, so you can afford to take a few hits. I would say don't get too comfortable getting hit, though. All right. I'm a bit over when I should be getting ready for work, but that's okay, because we're on the final boss of Battle Network 1 single segment. The man himself. Come on, emulator. And this is very important, because this can be bad news if you're not prepared for it. It's BombMan. I will remind you, sort by attack, and equip wood armor. You will have bought wood armor, but you actually need to go into the Mega Man menu and equip it. I highly encourage you to take the extra little time to equip wood armor. Trust me. The reason is... check this out. The way armor works is that it will have all damage, cut it in half, except for its weakness. So the weakness of wood is obviously fire, but it doesn't do double damage. It only does normal damage. So if you have no armor equipped, this attack that he's about to do... if you have no armor equipped, it does 140 damage. Because we have wood armor and it does fire damage, it still does 140 damage. It's a big yikes. However, he also does a mine attack later on when he's lower in health, and that's a non-elemental attack. Normally, it would do 160 damage, which is very scary. But with wood armor, it only does 80. So if you're not good at seeing where the mine is, or if you're panicky and you accidentally go over the mine, wood armor is really good to have equipped. So with that being said, let's go through this. Those are the only two damaging things that he can do. He always starts by kicking one bomb onto your field. and they explode in a cross pattern, much like BombMan, funnily enough. Let's just do a few of his things. So he'll do that. He goes in a cross pattern, and then he spawns 3 bombs on his side. He'll wait a bit, and then he'll do that. And they also go in a cross pattern. You'll see that the bomb in the bottom in front of me exploded, and it triggered the bomb on top of it to explode immediately after as well. So that can be quite yikes. You should destroy at least 1 bomb with a charge shot, because it's much easier to dodge 2 bombs than it is 3 bombs. I can destroy bombs with my green charge shot because I have a maxed out buster attack. But if you put another power up in charge instead of attack, you'll have to do a full charge shot or a green charge shot and some pellets. Like, you know, some regular pellets. The other important thing to do, I'll just do this real quick. If you get something like a sword, like, let's see if I can top deck something good. Nope, that's definitely not something good. That's also not something good. Something that has a range that's directly in front of you, like Ice Punch or a sword, anything like that. You want to be mindful of which bombs you destroy. So for example, here they're all in the front, so it doesn't matter. So I won't use it here. I'll just save it for... Oh, come on, BombMan. I'm trying to teach the people. Here. Let's do a better one. Just give me a sec. I need a good pattern. Here. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Don't destroy this front one. Don't destroy this front one. Destroy this one. Kilios, if you're still around, I saw you doing this a lot. You had swords and you kept destroying the front one. What are you doing, man? If you do this, you can bait him to the front. I'm calling you out. Because he will always go to the spot to kick the bomb. So you can easily bait him out. Also, another thing that Kilios didn't do is he didn't have any fire chips in his folder, I don't think. If you have a fire chip, you're guaranteed to have heater in this run at least, so it should be in your folder. Hit the bombs with heater. And ideally, hit a bomb that, like here. The bomb that's in front of me, heater will hit BombMan. It doesn't do 100 damage, so it won't cause iframes, and then it'll trigger the bomb to explode in his field, which will damage him. Like this. What the hell? Well, that was weird. Let's do that again. I don't know why it didn't explode. I'll get back to that in a second. Anyway, good chips are stuff like Dino Waves, which will just destroy the bombs. And then you can just do this, and then he only kicks 1 bomb over to you. Easy to deal with. Once again, Sonic Wave is the same sort of thing. We got High Cannon, so you can do this, and then we can do that immediately after. Trying to draw heater now. Fighter Sword is good as well. Ring Zap is kind of like a wide sword sort of thing for all intents and purposes. So like you want to bomb in the front, which I don't have at the moment. But for example here, I can do this and bait him. Remobit, whatever, Trilance, whatever. Let's watch his mine attack. Here it goes. So I think it's in the bottom left. There it is. If you watch really carefully, you can see where it ends up. So I recommend practicing that. I think it's literally right in front of me. Yep. So, you know, keep that in mind. I think it's behind me, so I'm gonna... I have confirmed that it's in the middle. And now I have heater. I have 2 heaters, in fact. I'm gonna just fire heater. Oh! I don't understand what triggers the explosion. So that's something I could probably learn. But, my tips, my hot tips are have a fire chip and use it. And also, destroy at least 1 bomb at all times. That should be a priority. And use chips to damage him. I'll do the fight like a couple more times without having like a known draw. Give me a sec. Two heaters. Very nice. So immediately, I'm gonna just do this. That did a lot of damage. Oh no, don't ever destroy all 3 bombs because his timer stays the same and now he's gonna kick all 3 of them. And now I was in a little bit of a yikes moment for a second. Sometimes that'll happen when you use heater, which is unfortunate, but it happens. Here we have 2 bombs in the front, so I'm gonna use Ring Zap when he comes to the front. Oh, he's gonna use mine already. I'm gonna destroy this bomb as well so that... Actually, no, I'm not. Oh, it didn't destroy the bottom one. Interesting. You know, always learning. I didn't note where the mine was, and I wasted the cannon. So now I'm gonna take a look. It's in the middle, I think. I have confirmed that. I'm okay with 1 bomb. Alex sword is good. I can bait him to the front. Like this. Oh. Yeah, that's good enough. And that's BombMan. He only has his bombs and the mine. So it's not super complicated. And he doesn't move unless he's going to kick the bombs. So he's pretty easy to hit. Once again, practice it. Practice picking out where the mine is because that's pretty important. And other than that, have a fire chip in because that'll do a good nice amount of damage. That's about it. I highly recommend Battle Network 1 single segment. I think it's a very fun run. It can be pretty scary at times, so if you're into a bit of a heartbeat riser, English, I don't know. It's fun. Dallas EXE has some great notes for the category that I would recommend learning from, you know, like going slowly through the game and fully reading everything he has to say because he does have a lot of good insights. And he's pretty much made the route that people use now. It's got some pretty good images, some not so good images, but you know, we can't all be perfect. But I appreciate him immensely because probably without him I wouldn't have gotten into this category, and it's been a lot of fun. So thank you, Dallas. Shoutouts to Dallas. I think that's about it. I've been Smog, BN. And I hope you learn a few things from this. Once again, nothing beats practice. Nothing beats your own strats. Whatever you're comfortable with. But I hope some of these things are things that you didn't know or maybe will come in helpful uses, you know, later. But yeah. Hope to see you in my stream at some point, and have a good one.